Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I am so excited to have my guest today, Annette Pieper. But before we get to her, I want to remind you all to go over to www.promoteprofitpublishquiz.com and find out where your platform stacks up and where it needs to be. So Annette Pieper is my guest today, and she is lovingly known as the Badass Business Check. And she's a business breakthrough specialist, author, speaker, podcast host, and trainer. She's the CEO of the high impact success training firm Vision to Reality Training. Annette has over 20 years of coaching, consulting, and training expertise and is the author of the upcoming book, Conquer Success Mountain Like a Badass, and the co-author of the best-selling book, Step Into Your Vision. She has helped thousands of people across the globe build profitable businesses, live with greater purpose, and have huge impact through her powerful programs. She's able to show small businesses how to triple their leads, double their sales, and find an additional 10 to 50, not 15,000 annual revenue without spending a dime on advertising. Who doesn't need an extra 10 to 50,000 in there? I don't. Interview over. Sorry, Annette. No. So welcome, Annette. Great to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Good. So tell us a little bit about what you teach about the sales journey.
Well, it's important for people to understand the sales journey. I think we all just think that, we go out and we market and we sell, but there's really three places that people are on the sales journey at any time. So you have future buyers. Those are the people that are maybe thinking about buying something somewhere in the future. You have soon-to-be buyers who are actually researching because they're deeply considering purchasing something. And then you have the now buyers, and those are the people that are ready to buy right now. And so it's really important as an entrepreneur to understand that buying journey so that you can create messages and target people no matter where they are on the journey.
That is so true. There are so many people out there who create a sales and marketing journey, especially digitally, where, it is, here's an email, now buy something. And they don't understand that there is psychology behind those people who want to buy now that you can convert, those people who are going to nurture, and then separating those people who are just looking to drive-bys. They're never going to buy a thing. So how will you share with our listeners how to interpret the sales journey?
When you think about the sales journey, you've got to figure out where you're going to find your clients right now. So like I said, most people, they're targeting people that are ready to buy right away. And they lose all of those potential people that are coming down the pike at some point in time, not nurturing those possibilities or those leads.
Yeah.
So my interpretation of the sales journey is you've got to, like I said, be able to tap into all of those places along the journey and be nurturing those people that aren't ready to buy yet.
Exactly. And even letting go of those people who aren't giving indications that they're going to buy. Because I know so many people who they spend their time convincing someone that they need to buy their product. And once you're in that position of convincing, you've pretty much lost it. It has to be a very natural progression.
Exactly. And convincing, when you have to convince someone to buy what you have to sell, the relationship is going to be tainted, and the customer is not going to have a great experience because they weren't ready to buy. And then that reflects poorly on your business, may get bad reviews for you. Then you've got a whole nother mess to try and clean up. And it's crazy how many people just feel they have to force the sale on someone when that's so not true. I used to work for a mentoring company where I was the coach, and they had a sales team that did the sales. And there was really not a good qualification process for the people that they were selling. It was like, how much space do you still have on your credit? How much credit do you still have on your credit card to buy the program? And then people would come, they'd be kind of disgruntled. They want their money back. They wouldn't give them their money back. And it's one of the reasons I left the company, because it was just out of integrity for me. I want to work with people that are ready to go. They're motivated. They want to get their business going. They want to change their life. They weren't coerced into working with me. I want them to be a participating person in that coaching journey and not feeling like I have to hold their hand or drag them along. That's draining.
Yes. And can I just say, isn't that really what's wrong with our industry? Are those people like that who, you know, let's rush to the back of the room now and everybody buy the product I just sold. And there's a lot of chargebacks. There's a lot of disappointment. And a lot of those programs aren't really meeting people where they're at. It's kind of a one size fits all. Give me $25,000, or we'll set up a payment plan if you don't have it all available today. It's more about the money than actually helping the individual.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the biggest mistake people make when marketing their business?
They're targeting the now buyers only. So when you think about the sales journey, less than 1% are now buyers. Everyone else is somewhere else on the sales journey. They're doing research. They just have it in their mind that they want to buy. So when all of your marketing targets that 1% now buyer, then you lose out on 99% of people that can be prospective buyers in the future, that maybe with a little nurturing, they're ready to buy. Maybe with a little more education about what you do and your expertise, they're going to be ready to go. Or later on in the journey, maybe they're just thinking about starting a business now, or whatever it is that you're servicing them on. Maybe they're just thinking about it, and later on they hop in, but because you nurtured them through your marketing, then you're top of mind awareness. You're the one that they're going to go to because you've been educating them. You've been showing them that you're expert in your market, and that you have what it takes to get them to where they want to go, to solve the problem that they have, or help them get the result that they're looking for. So, one of the things that I teach in my clients is how to create those systems so that you are nurturing that 99% that aren't ready to buy right now, while also having the tools, skills, and confidence to sell the 1% who are ready to buy. Because that's another problem is, people have the marketing in place, but they haven't learned the sales skills or gained the confidence to make the sell. There's still that negative energy around selling rather than serving these people that want what you have to sell.
Yeah, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. So what's the greatest challenge small business owners have when it comes to growing their business?
I think it's two things. First of all is the marketing aspect, languaging, research, finding out exactly what is the number one question that your prospects have. What's the number one problem that they're dealing with right now that they need solved? There's in marketing, I teach a 4-part approach. So interrupt, engage, educate, and then offer. So your interrupt is like your headline. It's the first thing that people hear or see in your marketing material. So your elevator pitch, what they see on your web page, that headline, that interrupts their thought process, because there's so much noise going on and we're so caught up in our heads. You've got to have something that interrupts that thought process and makes that person go, wow, you're saying, hello, listen to me, I've got something to say, but it's what they need to hear. And then engage is where you show them that you can solve their problem. So that's like the sub-headline. That's the second thing that they hear or read, and it really answers that question that, yes, here's the result that you want, I have it here. And then you educate them on why you're the best person to give that to them. your knowledge, also educating them on how you can help them, because the headline and the subheadline are just little snippets, but then you want to educate them on why you are the best person to do that, what your skill levels are, what your background is, what it all entails. And then you make the offer, and you've got to make that offer so compelling that they want to say yes. So that's one piece, is the marketing. Another part is sales and networking and follow up. And networking and following up is a pet peeve of mine, because I go to so many networking groups and no one ever follows up. Sometimes I'm slow to follow up, but I always follow up. No, I'm going to take that back. Not always. I'm not 100% perfect, but most of the time I am following up. And that's where I get most of my business from, is that follow-up. They say the fortune is in the follow-up. And I see a lot of people going to a lot of networking events, but they never take advantage of that follow-up, which is where you build the relationships. And then having that inner confidence and those sales skills to be able to have a sales conversation with someone, rather than just winging it. I talk to so many people that I ask, what's your sales script? How do you script that conversation? Oh, well, we just wing it. Well, what's your results? Well, we're not getting the results that we want.
Our results are like, we winged it.
And I spent years winging it, and it never really worked well for me. So I had to learn sales, and now I've spent so many years learning sales that now I teach that as well.
That is so cool. So I actually have a networking event that I go to 5 times a year. And the last time I was there, they actually taught a class on the last day on how to follow up, because that was one of the biggest pet peeves of many of us that were there, is these people give us their cards, because we actually have snap circles where you're only supposed to give a card if you're truly interested. And you give them a call and you never hear from them again. So it's kind of wild that, the whole thing around follow-up. So what's your best piece of advice that you can leave our listeners?
My best piece of advice is to hire a coach. If you are running a business, don't go it alone. Get somebody in your corner that can guide you through the process. So figure out what it is that you need. Or are you in the foundation building stage? Are you ready to scale? Are you wanting to up level? Do you need branding help? Do you need marketing help or sales help? And then find that coach that you resonate with. Interview. Don't, if you're not sure of the person and you question, then interview several coaches and make sure that you are hiring the right person for you. And then let someone help guide you through the process of growing your business. Otherwise, you spend years wasted trying to figure it out on your own, when someone that has been there, done that, can shorten your learning curve and help you through that process.
That is so true. And I'm even going to take that one step further. Ask them for referrals. Ask them for people you can actually talk to that have gotten results. Because, everybody puts the results on their website, but, this is the internet age when you're not really quite sure, are those people real? Have they really worked with them? Are they friends? So ask for real people that, like, can you give me the names of 3 people and number of 3 people that you've worked with that I can talk to? Because I think sometimes you find some nuggets in there, like, maybe this isn't really right for me. So I think that interview, I'm going to just take this off with this. I think that interview process has to be really in depth, and most people don't do it because they feel like, oh, this is such a great fit. And they're feeling it with emotions instead of their business sense. What do you think about that?
I think that's very true. A lot of people, they might be in a frustrated state, and that coach just might say the right thing, and then later on it might not be a good fit. And any coach worth their weight in salt is going to give you referrals to call, because they want to make sure you're the right fit too. Like I said, I know from years of coaching training for another company that to bring in a client that's not a right fit for you as a coach is an energy drain, and it takes away the amount of time and energy that you could be serving someone that is a right fit for you. So the coach wants to make sure that you are a right fit. If they're, if they're really a great coach that's operating in integrity, because they don't want to have to give you your money back down the road, or because it wasn't the right fit. So yeah, always ask for referrals.
No, I think that's really great, because I think there are coaches that are new to the industry who don't understand that. And they don't get that if you take on somebody who isn't the right fit or doesn't finish your program, that's going to reflect on you, because they will never, ever go out into the world and say, I just didn't show up. It's always going to be, you know what, it just wasn't, she didn't teach me, he didn't do this and that. So you always have to keep that in mind when going through and figuring out who it is that you want to bring on board and who it isn't. Because I'm sure we both had those energy sucks that we learned early on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So can you tell us, where can we find you? And do you have something free for us today?
Absolutely. So you can find me at AnnettePieper.com. Remember to spell Piper, P-I-E, like the yummy dessert. Most people spell my name wrong. And that's my main website. But I also have a video series I'd like to give you to help you generate all the leads that you can handle. And you can find that at badassinbusinessacademy.com/guided tour. And there's a video you can watch right away, and then you can opt in to get 4 videos as well.
Nice, very nice. Well, thank you so much for being on today. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. So much fun. I love sharing my knowledge and expertise with people.